Imagine you have a 15-year-old brother who dies of overdose on heroin at school. Would you want the person who gave him the drugs, who's partially responsible for him being dead, and who is selling to minors on school property, to be charged? Would you like that kind of person to go free? My name is Madlyn Dages, and as a criminal prosecuting attorney, I have the chance to protect you and other innocent people by making sure criminals are put away for their crimes. I chose to be a criminal attorney because I hate it when someone gets away with their crimes, or when someone does not get what they deserve. But I do believe in mercy as well. It's just the right balance between mercy and justice that made me want to become a criminal justice attorney. I have always been able to read other people's expressions and emotions and been able to relate to them well. Because of that, I have a pretty good feel for when someone is guilty. I haven't just wanted to be an attorney my whole life. When I was younger, I wanted to be a police officer, and after that, I wanted to go into the National Guard. My opportunity cost, or second choice, is becoming a police officer. I gave up the physical combat of becoming a police officer to get to be an attorney, something I've wanted since I was little. There are a lot of positive and negative reasons to become a criminal justice attorney. Some positives of being an attorney are, I get to work personally with others every day. I try to make sure justice is always served, something that is extremely important to me, and I get to argue for what I believe in. There is a negative side to being an attorney as well. Some negative things about my job include the years of schooling it takes to get the degrees I need. Attorneys have hard hours and tend to take work home with them. I have to sit at a desk almost every day for hours. As a prosecuting attorney, my annual salary is $80,000, and my monthly paycheck is $6,666.67, which pays for all of my monthly expenses as shown on my spreadsheet. My student estimate was way off, but my parent estimate was really close to the actual budget. As an interesting part of my student estimate was that I guess I'd have to pay $550 on furniture a month, but I don't have to pay anything, since my apartment comes fully furnished. I am sharing a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with Alex Martin in Woodbridge, Virginia. When you break down my spending for a month, the biggest section of my spending, as shown on my pie graph, was taxes at 31%. This money goes to the state and federal government. The next biggest section was discretionary at 22%. This would meet all of my wants, including the tithe for my church, which is 10% of my monthly paycheck. Transportation and school loans were tied at 12%. Transportation would cover all of my car expenses, tax, and gas. School loans would cover all of my expenses for my college career. Housing was next at 11%. This would cover my rent and rental insurance. 6% of my pie graph was for food. This pays for groceries and restaurant bills. Next was medical insurance at 4%. This covers the cost if I ever got injured. Lastly, I have toiletries and utilities tied at 1%. Toiletries would cover all of my hygiene products, and utilities would cover my phone bill, since my apartment rent includes city utilities, gas, and electric. Trade-offs are the things you want, the things you give up in order to get something better. I bought a brand new Camry SE instead of getting a new Lamborghini to save money. I traded off having my own apartment to share with one friend, which gets more money and someone to talk to. I gave up having a pet to get more money in my savings. I went to 2 colleges to get the degrees I need: Mid-American Nazarene University and Washburn School of Law. At MNU, I got my Master's of Science as well as Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice. At Washburn University, I got my Juris Doctor and Master's and Bachelor's in the Science of Law. In my resume, I said that all of my work experiences, including an internship with the Kansas Legislative Internship Program. As an intern, I got the unique opportunity to attend caucus meetings and committee meetings. I worked on researching constitutional concerns or requests and preparing material for weekly newsletters. I also got to be a student assistant to one of my college professors at MNU. As a student assistant, I got to tutor students, help lecture and research for lessons, and grade essays and tests. My references are Amy Short, who is a Kansas State representative I worked with every day for a year, and Todd Heidstand, the college professor I worked with for a year and a half at MNU. To be a prosecuting attorney, my skills are to be persistent, organized, observant, good at organizing, and good at researching, and always want justice. I chose to write my letter of application to Mr. Bill Ryland at the law firm in Woodbridge, Virginia, known as Ryland & Murcack, PC. In the letter, I'm asking for a junior partnership in his firm. I chose to ask for a position at Ryland & Murcack, PC because I was impressed with their amount of authority they take into a case, and pleasantly surprised at how they make each client that walks through their doors pleased with the outcome of their case. I used 5 websites to find the information on my career. The websites I used were bls.gov, study.com, mnu.edu, kslegislature.org, and businesslawbasics.com. At bls.gov, as well as study.com, I found the career that would be best for me. MNU.edu helped me find the degrees I need for this career. And after reading kslegislature.org, I was informed of the internship with the Kansas legislature. Business Law Basics gave me the information I needed about the basics of work as an attorney. Prosecuting attorneys have an important role in our nation, and I chose 2 articles that prove that and tell the main things that prosecuting attorneys do. These articles are titled, What is a Criminal Justice Attorney? And Keeping Law and Order, the Prosecutor. Both of these articles help to explain the basics of my career and what I do on a daily basis. As an attorney, I may not get the most money, and I may not be liked by too many people. But if we didn't have criminal prosecuting attorneys, no one would be punished, and we wouldn't have a safe environment for us or our children.